it's Jen from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your quickie update for all of the signs for middle of the week, Wednesday-ish time around the 19th of June 2019. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or notsomysticaltarot.com if you like a personal or private reading. Everything will be in the description along with the timestamps for each individual sign. This is just a quickie general reading, so pop to your moon and rising signs too, just to give you a little more info as to what's going on. All right, let's get started with Aries. Middle of the week. 10 of Pentacles, Aries. Very nice. What is it that we have going on for you? In the 2 of Pentacles. So it looks to me like this is definitely work, career, money, finance related, even home related, environmentally related, as far as like your organization of your home, you're paying your bills, whatever it is. You are at a point now because of the foundation you built, and it looks like you may have experienced a little hiccup earlier in the week or last week, but you know what, you have like righted yourself right around and you've put yourself in a really good position to excel at this point. So this is definitely practical life. This can also be like your physicality. Like, let's just say you went crazy this weekend and I don't know, you ate a lot of stuff you don't usually eat, you didn't exercise, you whatever. You know what, if that happened, all you got to do is just write yourself around here and you've got this successful outward thing that's going to be happening for you. So either way, in some part of your practical life, whatever went kind of haywire, it looks like it's going to write itself around, or if it already did, you already know that. So that's a good thing. And that goes, because of the Pentacles, this can be work related, it can be financial, whatever the case might be. But it definitely is something in your tangible life you can put your hands on. Either way, it's really good news. And you also have the Page of Pentacles. Pages are message bringers. So this message is coming to you like, hey, if you're waiting for this to come, it's coming. Do your due diligence, get yourself balanced, keep yourself together, do the stuff that you need to do, because this is on the way coming toward you, which is really great, especially middle of the week, because the middle of the week is tough. You know, it's just about the beginning of summer and everybody's just kind of like, oh, I don't want to be at work, or I don't feel like cleaning out my house or whatever. I don't want to balance my budget or whatever. But you know what, really good things will come of it. And look at this, you also have the 8 of Pentacles. So this is all about your practical life. You got that 8 right there, and that 8 is about the hard work that you do really showing up. So because it's clarifying this, getting balance again, working really hard, everybody can see the hard work, and look what you end up with. You end up with this huge measure of success in the 10 of Pentacles, and that Page just saying, come on, it's okay, just let's get it together, like that's just really exciting. I'm really happy to bring you that message. So now we are going to move on to our Taurus people. What do we have for Taurus for the middle of the week around the 19th? The 9 of Cups. So something that you have been working on or wanting is becoming realized at this point in the Queen of Cups. Now, this is probably a self-care matter. Oftentimes the Queen of Cups, we always say she's so nurturing and all this really great stuff. But I in this deck, I like to point this out to you. If you look at her, look at how tired she looks. You can only nurture everyone and be everything to everyone all the time for so long until it's time for you to turn that toward yourself. And it looks like either it's time for you to do that and the rewards will be really huge, or you have done some self-care and you're now seeing that, okay, I can take care of everyone else, but I can take care of me too, and it really makes me happy. And when you're really happy, you can give a lot more than if you're not. Now you have this 5 of Wands here, which this says to me that if you are putting off self-care, or if you have put it off in the past, the excuse you use was, I don't have enough time. I don't have time for all that. The 5 of Wands a lot of times is time-wasting behavior. This is going to be your other card too. if you have time to scroll through Instagram for an hour or fight with people on Facebook or whatever other stuff that we all find things to do to waste time, you have time to take care of yourself, okay? So let's just not even get into this discussion. And the other card that you had that came up is the Star. Now the Star is everything that you want to be, do, and have, you can have. And this is like big, big dreams, big stuff, but like, why don't you deserve that? Why wouldn't you? Don't murder yourself into this, I have to give up everything for everyone around me so that they can all be happy and I'll just sit over here. You get to be happy too, okay? So their big dreams that you're fulfilling, also you get to fulfill your own big dreams, and that's part of that Nine of Cups, is really starting to see some of that come through for you. So really good reading so far, especially middle of the week, because middle of the week is tough, but so far we're looking pretty good. All right, we're going to move right on to our Geminis. What do we have for our Geminis? The Nine of Swords. Okay, you are air signs, the swords. So something is ruminating. You are ruminating over something, worrying over something. It looks like it's an action that you need to take. I believe in July these cards come up for you again. I'm working on the July readings right now, so I believe you will see these again. But worrying. Yes, I'm an air sign too, so it's very easy to get stuck up into our heads and worry about things. But the thing is, you do have to take some action. And here the universe is saying, here's an opportunity for action for you. Please do something with it. Please take some action. Here you go. So you can like worry about something and think about it and obsess over it. But at some point, you're going to have to get up out of that bed and do something about it. And this is the point the universe is making to you here by saying, listen, this is really great that you have thought about it and you understand the situation and you know what's happening, but now it is time to take that step forward and make a change. Do something different. Do something different than this. But the universe is like, here you go. A lot of times this can be like a decision as far as like following your passion, or it can be relationship-wise, someone that you want to be with and you're experiencing either guilt over that or thinking, what will people think? Can be that too if you're relationship focused. Watch your moon and rising, general reading. Now, the other thing we have here, the two cards that flew out were the Page of Swords. Pages bring messages. So this is saying, listen, you need to write your thinking around, okay? This is an intellectual message. This is about black and white thought. This is not about emotion or feeling. So this is saying, listen, this is a waste of your time. You've done this. You needed to work through it and think about it and all that, but now you've done it. So now you need to use your brain. What are you going to do to move forward? You're going to take some action. And when you do, you get this Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups is about wishes being fulfilled. So even though it's hard to start to take that action, once you do, you're going to see a definite turnaround in the way things go. And I think that is what's holding you back from doing that in the first place. So take that action. Don't be afraid to take that step. Make that first move, because this is really not any way to live anyways, right? Right. All right, Cancer. What do we have for Cancer? Middle of the week, around the 19th of June. The Page of Wands. We're getting a lot of pages, messages. This is a message about action. What action? Okay. 10 of Cups. So there is some action that you need to take, Cancer. The thing is, it's going to yield you this 10 of Cups. And this is all about like contented relationships, happy families, marriage, like having family gatherings and everybody's getting along. Like, this is a wonderful thing. But there is some sort of action that needs to be taken to move us toward this. And then you have this Ace of Wands, which is a gift from the universe. So pages bring you messages. This may be saying you may not see the path here, is what I'm thinking. So the universe is like, okay, I'm going to hand you this now. So go and do this. This is the, hey, I'm bringing you a message that it's time to do something. And here's your opportunity to do it. So go do it now. This also can be, I don't often do relationship readings, but this can be that there is someone like around you that you are like, maybe you like them, you're into them or whatever, and you have been very hesitant to say anything to them. But they really could be like the person that makes you really happy. This could also be like extending to a family member maybe that you haven't spoken to, or something else. If something's been wrong, it may be on you to make the first move to right that situation around. But once you do, I mean, you're looking at the 10 of Cups, which is like real emotional stability and happiness, and it's definitely going to be worth it. It may be hard for you to take that first step, but it will be worth it in the end. You aren't going to go wrong making the first move toward either a reconciliation or toward a person that maybe you are kind of digging. Now, I cannot seem to get a card for you that doesn't come out in a big, there we go, big wad of cards. And you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is about moving away from something that is not working. So the thing is, you may have some kind of a mess to clean up first, whether you need to move away from a certain kind of behavior that's happening, a certain thought pattern, or, you know, if you're involved with someone else, or if there's a problem with, like, a family issue. If it's a family issue, you're going to need to move away from the bad part of that family issue and make the first move to kind of fix it, even if you feel like it's not your fault. Okay? That's not always comfortable, but it is what it is. All right, we're moving on to our Leo. So what do we have for Leo for the middle of the week, around the 19th of June? The Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands is, Knights are bringers. This is a bringing action, passion. There's something on the horizon for you, and it's like coming right at you, and it's the Chariot. Very, very emotional. The thing is, the Knight of Wands does not do anything he does not want to do. He is a bringer of, like, he's the guy that just goes out to have fun. Bringer of passion, love, joy, passion projects, all kinds of stuff. However, this can be the card of the Cancers too, and it's also highly, highly emotional. So this is what I'm saying is, if relationship-wise, if you are interested in someone just for kind of for fun, you might want to be very careful what you involve yourself with, because they could take it very seriously emotionally, and you may not be up for that. Conversely, this could be you taking something really emotionally seriously when somebody's just kind of out to have fun. That's if this is a romantic thing. It does feel like it a little bit. I think what the bottom line here is to be really careful with everyone's emotions in whatever situation you're in, whether it's platonic or a love situation. I mean, even with like your friends and stuff, be careful about maybe the things that you might say to each other. You know, it can be anything. This can be an action taken that you think it's something's funny, and maybe it hurts somebody's feelings. It can be all different stuff. So you don't want to pigeonhole ourselves in a general reading. Now, you do have the Justice card coming up, and the Justice card, we want to remember, is about judgment. So, like, that's the thing. The Knight of Wands doesn't care what anybody thinks. He just does whatever he does. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. But we don't want to have, we want to be really careful about other people's emotions, okay? And you don't want to hurt anybody. So you want to be really, really careful if you're in that Knight of Wands position, and if you're in this position of the rushing emotion, you're going to want to be really careful that you don't get Knight of Wands. You know what I mean? You don't get kind of, I don't want to say taken advantage of, but you know what I mean. Just put in a position that you are not emotionally ready for. How about that? Let's just get one more card here to give us a little more clarification on this. Yeah, okay, we've got the Four of Cups. This is exactly what I was talking about. Like, I don't really care, you know. So you have this Knight of Wands that's all like, hey, this is a lot of fun, and it's somebody that's really super involved. The Knight of Wands could be like, oh, I wasn't interested in more emotion. Sorry. So yeah, he's trying to hand him this cup of emotion here, and he's like, oh, I don't really care about that. That's what I'm saying, is you don't want to put yourself in that position where you could be hurt or feel bad, or you could hurt or make someone else feel bad. So let's just be really, really careful about that. All right, midweek for Virgo. What do we have for Virgo midweek? The Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is just coming up like crazy. Time to take some action. The universe is handing this to you, saying, here you go. It's time. Time for some action. What action are you taking? This. Worrying. Yeah, you and Gemini keep getting this kind of combination. I do not know what is going on, Virgo, but if you've got some kind of Gemini thing in your life when there's some sort of stalemate you're at, and the same thing, Gemini is getting the same cards. I don't know what is going on with the two of you, but please fix it. It is time here to take some action. Worrying about whatever problem is going on, whatever thing is not going right, and just kind of ruminating over it is not going to be the way to go. That's why the universe is like, here, take this action, you know, follow your passion, follow your love, follow follow whatever it is that you know is the, you know that there's some action that you need to take that you're not taking. Whether it's an apology that needs to happen, or an olive branch, you know, kind of thing, whatever it is, because it's keeping you up at night and it's keeping someone else up at night too. It's bothering, the situation is bothering everyone. So what do we have here? Six of Swords. This is about moving away mentally from a situation that isn't good for you. So this is the thing. You can worry and worry and worry and worry, but you are going to have to do something. And it may be, maybe you need to move yourself away from this situation for a little bit. Maybe you are not ready to deal with this situation. Maybe it's just not time, or maybe you need to make this first move, make this gesture, do whatever this is, and then back away and kind of let the dust settle. We can't make everyone conform to our time schedule of healing or whatever is going on. And like I said, watch your moon and rising, because this could be just for one person, or you may identify more with a different sign, or you know, with a different part of your chart. So now the other thing you have here is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is all about being very choosy. So I do think it has to do with this. Be very choosy with your words. Be very careful what you say and how you say it. And then, like I said, like back away from the situation. And you also have this Ace of Swords, which I don't usually pull another card, but it came out with it, and I think it's so appropriate here because this is a new way of thinking about the situation. It's another opportunity. Aces are always opportunities, so you have the opportunity to make the first move, to do the right thing. And Virgo, that is one of your traits. You always do the right thing. So make the first move, do the right thing, do what you have to do, and then here you have a new way of thinking about this. Once you make that move, this will go away. This ruminating, this worrying, this whatever this is will go away, and you'll be able to have a new way of thinking. And really, that's Virgo. You like to have a clear conscience about everything, so I think that's gonna be a major improvement in the situation. All right, we're gonna move on a little bit to our Libras. What do we have going on for Libra? That was weird. Okay, Four of Cups. So something is just, you're over something. Just over it. Middle of the week is tough for a lot of people. What are you just over? You are over that. Could just be, there's a lot of demands from family right now. A lot of demands. Kids are finishing up school. You know, a fiscal year is coming to an end if you're talking about work. But a lot of demands. You could just be like super overwhelmed. You know, this is the time when, you know, there's ending ceremonies for school, and you know, summer's coming and you got to find summer camps and all this kind of business. Or like I said, if it's work, fiscal year is ending, there's weddings and family reunions, and it's a very busy time of year, and it can often put us here where we're like, please, not one more thing. Please don't ask me to do anything else. I'm not interested in doing anything else. I don't care. But really, I mean, fours are a funny energy anyway, because you've got this like, oh, I'm just bored, I just could care less. And then you've got this like, let's build a happy foundation, you know. It's a tough time of year because I feel like, Libra, you're being pulled in a lot of directions, and really you just like some space to yourself. That is exactly, wow, okay. All of these flew everywhere and flew all around, but only one flew on the ground and is upside down and is like this way. So let's see what it is. Three of Pentacles. Yes, this is perfect. The way to get out of this funk is to plan. And middle of the week is tough, isn't it? It's like, ugh. But the only way to get out of this, like, middle of the week, I don't have time for this, I cannot get involved with anything else, is to plan. You know, these guys are not going to build this building without some kind of a plan. This Three of Pentacles is about having a plan. So you might want to sit down today for like an hour and be left alone and make a list of every single thing that you have to do, all your commitments, what you have going on, because I'm feeling like you're just super overwhelmed right now. Make a list of all of that stuff and decide, I can do this, I can do that, I'm getting rid of this, I'm delegating that, I can't do this, I'm going to say no to this, I'm going to bag the volunteering over here, I just can't do it, because you also have the Nine of Swords. This is like really, I just feel like you are very overwhelmed and very overburdened, and it's like this is, you know, you're waking up in the middle of the night thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I got all this stuff to do, what am I going to do now, oh my God. This is not the time. We need to go back to a plan, get back to basics, make a plan so that you can really begin to handle all this stuff, because you know, all of this should be fun and not like a terrible burden. And I just feel like you're just super overwhelmed with a lot of responsibility right now. So let's get it all organized and then we can move forward, okay? All right, moving on to our Scorpios. What do we have for Scorpio? Two of Cups. You had this, I've been working on the July readings for you guys, and I think you guys have this in there. Just remember that. Two of Cups, some kind of relationship, some kind of teamwork, partnership in the world. Well, this could be a lot of different things. I oftentimes think this is like the relationship you have with yourself, connect your earthly self and your spiritual self. But it's saying that the world is available to you. So you could have a partnership being offered to you, like work-wise, that might really open up some big things. But a lot of times, like what I'm feeling right now is that you need to get the relationship with yourself righted around. And once you do that, that's like the basis for everything, that all these other opportunities do open up for you. So maybe you just have maybe you need some self-care. Maybe you need to take some time to really ask yourself, what do you need and want? I really feel like that's a big question for you right now. What do you need and want? What do you want out of all the opportunities that you have? Like, you have them, but do you want them? Or if you have these opportunities available to you and you do want them, why? Do you even know why you're doing what you're doing? I don't know, that might be for one person, but watch your moon and rising. You do have the Eight of Pentacles, so I definitely think it has something to do with your work, career, money, finance. Your hard work is really starting to show, though, and people are starting to notice it, and that's why I'm saying is you want to make sure you're good with yourself, and if there is a partnership on the horizon for you, you want to make sure that this person, it does equal kind of work like you. Like, you don't want to get it an uneven partnership where you've got somebody who does not work like this, because if you're working really hard, they should be doing exactly the same thing, okay? But either way, this is great. This card came up with it. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Aces and pages and stuff are flying around here, but this ace is an opportunity. This is like, make sure your relationship is straight with you and or a partner. If you are looking to partner in a business or something with someone, make sure they work as hard as you do. Make sure your work goals are aligned with the goals you have for yourself if you're working on your own relationship. And when it comes to you have all these opportunities ahead of you, but you also have a serious, like, either financial career opportunity ahead of you as well. So because you're allowing yourself to be open in this way, because you're getting all this stuff straight, you have some big opportunities kind of awaiting you. They're kind of like there for the taking, but you've got to have yourself, I keep feeling you got to have yourself straight to see them and to take advantage of them, okay? All right, Sagittarius. What is going on for Sagittarius? The Fool. Ooh, something brand new, new venture, new something. What else? And the Knight of Wands, a passion project. What do you have going on, Sagittarius? It feels like you're working on something right now, and you're ready to do something different, and it's something that you are really into. It could also be a new relationship that is based on, I'm not going to miss out. I'm not going to miss out on this. I'm just going to go do it because this is what I want. So it could be that too. I just want to get some more information. That was like just kind of quick how those came right out. So, okay, we've got the Three of Wands coming up. So this new thing you want to do, I feel like you think there's a future to it, though, even though it may look to some like it's just kind of like what the heck, why not? It's almost, I feel like it's something you really thought out, and it's something that other people may not understand, because it's like you're stepping off this ledge and you're doing this different thing, and you're maybe moving in a completely different direction, but you have thought it out yourself. I don't feel like you've shared it with a lot of people, but you have thought it out yourself, and you kind of like, you know where you're going. I mean, this could be even for like how you want to raise your children. I mean, it can be all different things, but there's something that you've decided on, doing something new and different because you feel like it's right and it feels right to you. It feels good to you. And like, so that's what you're going to be doing. And you also have the Eight of Wands, which is telling you the energy is moving very quickly. So it's kind of like you're just going to like do this, and you're going to be very different. You're going to feel very different about this situation. You're going to be very different. You're going to act very different. And that's why I said people might be like, who are you? And you'll be like, this is who I am. I'm happy. I'm doing the thing that feels right to me. Like I said, this could be about how you raise your children. It can be about how you may decide I'm not working through my lunch hour anymore, ever again, not doing it. You may decide I'm going to go to the gym every day at 5 o'clock, and I don't care who it inconveniences. It could be anything, but whatever this new thing is, it's something that like just, it fires you right up and it makes you really happy. So you know what? You make sure that you don't miss out on that thing. Okay? All right. How about our Capricorns? Capricorn. Two of Pentacles. This is great. You are the Pentacles and you like to have things balanced and in order. So there is something you are reordering. Wow. 10 of Pentacles. I think Aries got something similar to this earlier, so it'd be interesting to see if we've got any people that have Aries and Capricorn as far as Sun, Moon, Rising. That'd be really cool. Please let me know. But if you get a chance, let's see. You definitely are reorganizing something, and you are very successful about the new approach that you're taking in this direction. And you get the 5 of Pentacles. So it looks like something did not go. You get this 5 here, and it's a little dark in here. But yeah, you can see she's kind of locked out in the cold or whatever. Something just didn't go right, and it seems like you recovered from it very well, because here you have the rough sea and the calm sea, and you see there's kind of like a, kind of a wobble, but you're like, okay, whatever. You might have made a decision, a financial decision, a work decision, even something at your house that, like in your home environment that tangible stuff that you're like, maybe you painted the dining room a hideous color, and you're like, oh, because this can be your home environment as well as your financial environment. It's tangible stuff you can see and touch. But whatever it is, you could have made some decision that you were like, oh, I should not have done that. But the thing is, it seems like pretty easily you were able to rebalance yourself. And you're like headed right back here to this 10 of Pentacles, which is exactly where you belong anyways, because you are the Pentacles. You guys are the Pentacles. You usually have your plan in order, your environment under your control. So even if you had a little wobble there, who knows, maybe you gambled and lost money. I mean, who knows what you did, but whatever it is, it's over and done with. And then here you have this Ace of Wands saying, like, don't be afraid to continue to take action. Like, if you made a mistake, the thing is you put yourself out there. And that's what we're saying here, is don't always play it safe with this 10 of Pentacles. Like, this is what I do. I don't do anything new. I don't do anything fun. Even if you did something and like it didn't go that great, you know what, you have your foundation that you've built, and you do the right thing all the time, but you have the universe still saying, hey, don't forget, still live by your passion, still do things that you enjoy. Don't just live in this little box. You still want to go out and have passion, still do things that make you happy. Okay, all right, don't beat yourself up, Capricorn. You like to do that, so don't do that. All right, and we have Aquarius. What do we have for the middle of the week? Wow, 10 of Pentacles, Aquarius. Okay, what are we doing with that? That's coming up quite a bit, and this all through the signs here. In the Tower. Well, okay, this can be, sometimes we ignore things until they fester enough. We just keep ignoring them until they blow up, and it's very devastating at the time. But you know what? You always rebuild better, and I think that's what may have happened here. Things, I feel like something was swept under the rug for a while, and it just sort of festered, and nobody dealt with it, and then it blew up. The thing is, so it blows up, so you move on. I'm an Aquarius, just going to share that. And this necklace, actually, you probably cannot see it, but it has the Tower on it. It's one of my favorite cards, because you know what? A lot of times we don't want to make the decisions we need to make. So the universe will step in and go, okay, well, if you're not going to make that decision, then I will make it for you. And it make a little bit of a mess kind of happens, but then you rebuild and you're like solid, because you did the rebuilding. Nobody did it for you. You did it yourself. And that could be all that we're looking at here. Now we have the Queen of Cups, which is not your favorite card. A lot of nurturing, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of emotions. This could have been something emotional. Like I said, being an air sign, you're intellectual, so you might have been like, let me just sweep that emotion thing under the rug because I'm not really interested in that. And so it finally festered, blew up, and that was that. It could have been A lot of times I say she's very nurturing because she does not give herself enough self-care. You may not have given yourself that self-care, and then one day you went, you know what, I have had it. And like you blew up and had a big tantrum, went to the spa, or went and did something for yourself, went and took care of something that you had not taken care of for a long time. Could be any of those things. But now you doing that has righted things around. And you also have this King of Pentacles. So as much as you don't want to talk about all this earthy stuff you have going on, it does go on in your tangible existence. So the good thing is that not only does it show here with this Ten of Pentacles that you've gotten yourself back in order, but you have the King of Pentacles who's very in control. Okay, the King of Pentacles like owns businesses and he's very in control. He doesn't act all crazy. He's dignified. And so just know that even if this was a little bit messy, everything is back under control now. Everything is good. Okay, and we're going to finish up with our Pisces people. What do we have for our Pisces people? We have the Moon. Okay, things are not always as they seem, Pisces. Something is going on, and you got the King of Pentacles. There is something going on that is not what it seems. And the King of Pentacles leads me to believe that someone is trying to purport to you that they are like the King of Pentacles, like a business owner, owns things, is in charge of things, runs things, is very important, and they may not be telling you the truth. So anyone who tries to tell you how fantastic they are right now, or tries to, I feel like, sell you something, I would be very wary of that right now. I would be very wary of that. You also have the Page of Wands. Pages bring messages. Wands are action. So this is a message of action. This is saying do your due diligence. Don't just believe the first thing you see, because the Moon is about things not being quite the way that they may look different than they really are. Well, that's what I'm telling you here is this person may not be what they are showing you, okay? And you also have the Six of Cups. They may also, if they can't get to you with their stability and what they're telling you they own, or what position, like the job position they can give you, or whatever other thing they're trying to sell you, if they can't get you that way, they may play on something that makes you happy, some kind of childhood memory. I definitely feel like there is someone who is not telling you the truth about something, and they're trying to play on either your emotions or your sense of like stability and your wanting of stability. So be very careful. And this page right here is saying do your due diligence. You are in charge of the situation. You do your background checks. You make sure these people are not giving you a load of nonsense, and do not get taken by anybody. Don't know why that is so intense, because this is just a fun little general reading, but to me this is a very serious thing. So please be very careful what is offered to you today. All right, that could even be the person who you don't really like, who's like, oh, let's go to lunch, I want to talk to you. Be careful. They may be trying to get you to talk about your boss. They may be trying to get you to talk about your husband or your wife or your friends or your aunt or your mother. I don't know, but just be very wary of anyone who looks too good to be true. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful middle of the week, and I will talk to you soon.